So this is the Pentagon compliance roadmap as we see it in terms of when products get touched and moved through to the government, and whether they're being created as a new end item or whether they're being maintained as property. So the contractor in both cases has this obligation to move the physical goods, of course, as well as the data. If you have the FAR 252.211-7003 requirement within your contract, you have the obligation to identify and mark according to this IUID standard and reporting through to the wide area workflow system, which within the wide area workflow we know is that invoicing system as IRAPT. You also may have the obligation to supply them with an advance ship notice along with the DD 250. Now, you also may have a flow down requirement to your subcontractors. We work with primes every day that say, yeah, we actually don't in fact create any unique identifiers here on site. Our subcontractors do it. When we get it in, we receive those items in, and we make that association with the final deliverable that's going out the door to the end customer. But however you may create your UIDs, as a prime, you have the obligation to submit not only your invoice, but also all of this specific asset-specific, IUID-specific data through to IRAPT in order for you to have your items received through DCMA inspection, and of course, so that you can get paid on that shipment. As a contractor managed property, your reporting obligation for the IUID registry via IRAPT, which the IUID registry is now a component of IRAPT, you'll be looking for your DFARS clause, the 252.211-7007. And that's, again, the prime's contractor's responsibility in which to report that item unique data as well as the assets and pedigree and any life cycle transactions through to IRAPT. You know, as you know, your obligation starts with the receiving in of those assets into your custody, and you've got to maintain that ongoing record keeping of different life cycle events through to some kind of disposition throughout the life of that asset. But your obligation to report should be dictated by the 7007 clause. And again, that's important to make sure that you've got, you know, these clauses identified and your obligation identified, so that when it comes time to audit, you don't have to face necessarily, you know, some form of corrective action, which really may set you back and increase the scrutiny of the auditors on you now and into the future.